Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Estancia Lapacho. Is that right? Hang on a minute. Is it Estancia Lapacho or is it Estancia Lapacho? I'm not actually sure. Anybody from South America who's familiar with how these things should be pronounced, please let me know in the comment section. I really want to make sure I'm getting this right. I think it's Estancia Lapacho, but I might be wrong. I'm not really sure. Right, anyway, as you can see, we have a huge, great big pile of grass here in front of the cows. However, if you take a look over in here, you can see it says cleanliness 100%. I have got the animal table manners mod installed. Now, this pile of grass was here beforehand. It's not since been generated. We've seen this in yesterday's episode. So we will get a tractor and a front loader, and we will tidy all of this up and put it back into the feed trough. And then we will leave it so that we don't have, in this series, a load of food being dumped out of the trough in front of the animals. So we've used the Lady Juno in series, we've manually cleaned it up each day in some series, and so this time we're going to use the Animal Table Manners mod, and so we're not going to have to worry about cleaning it up at all. And we will see how that goes. You know, I've known plenty of places where you feed animals where the troughs are built in such a way that the animals can't kick the food out. I've worked on all kinds of different farms, so it's easily available. And it's quite possible that it could be done like that. It's not going to break realism or anything like that. So I think we're going to run with the Animal Table Manners mod. Now, my question for this week. I have $1 million burning a hole in my pocket. And I'm either going to buy fields 13 and 15. These two down here. These are just under $1 million. I think about $950,000. Or I'm going to buy field 29. That one again, I think, is around about $950,000. Not exactly sure. I'll tell you what, we will just jump over and have a look very, very quickly. This one is all harvested. It's $941,000. So we'll essentially be left with around about $250,000. That's roughly what we're going to be left with. So let's jump back over here. And yes, I will teleport around the map a little bit, even though we are doing a fully realistic series, because we're also sort of running the farm. We're doing farm management. So you can just imagine that we've driven up there, we've taken a look, and we've driven all the way back again. So we'll just sort of do it like that. So today we're going to carry on with our sugarcane harvest. We tried the other trailer that we bought, and that one didn't really work. So we're going to stick this one onto this sugarcane harvester, and we're just going to hope that it is able to cope with it. The other sugarcane harvester, we're going to start that one up using the standard hired help, and that one is going to work up and down the field, and we're going to get our other tractors. I think we're going to use the John Deere actually on that one, and we're going to get that one running. So I'm just going to drop this one here a minute, and this Stara will be running backwards and forwards with this trailer in order to get this to run. So let's just unhitch that trailer there. And we'll go, so we get the John Deere, and that will be running on the other one, and we're going to get the truck up here as well, and we're going to use that. We're going to sell everything on that half direct, and then everything that's on this half that we're stockpiling down on our field down there, that isn't going to be sold at the moment. That will be sold later on. I'm not exactly sure when we're going to sell it, but it will be sold soon. So let's just leap into here and back up and get that one hooked back on again. And then we can go racing off, get the John Deere, and get that one up here. And then as soon as that has... Well, once we've got that one up here, we'll then need to go and get the truck started up and bring that one up as well. So I don't have the crop destruction mod running at the moment because I didn't want the trailer going over the crop and destroying it as we're busy running around the fields. I don't think it does, even with the AI vehicle extension. But, you know, given that we do have to stop occasionally on the corners and things like that, I didn't really want to run the risk of it. So there's that one working. So if we jump down here a minute now, our John Deere is that one there. So we're going to grab this one. And I think we'll be able to do it with just one trailer. We'll take both trailers with us. And we'll drive both of these up so that we can try both methods. We can try just pulling one trailer up across the field with the harvester, and we can try pulling both of them together so we can sort of see all of it working, and different methods that we can do things. Now, I do like to do at least one silage harvest when I'm running a series, and we didn't do anything at a BGA plant in Dowland, not Dowland, not Dowland. Gorala, that's the one I'm looking for. We didn't do anything in a BGA, so what I'm thinking is in this series we will probably do a silage harvest here in the silage clamp that's over there, the other side of the shed, for our cows here. But we'll also do a silage harvest for the BGA plant, which is over that way somewhere. Over there somewhere. Yeah, and ooh, it went round the corner without any problems. Excellent. Okay, I really hope it keeps doing that. That is going to be very, very useful if it will just keep doing that. So we'll stop that one there. I think to start with, we'll do both trailers, and then we can change over to one trailer a bit later on. So yeah, we'll do silage in the clamp over there for our cows, and we'll also do silage over in the BGA clamp. The BGA clamp, I think we will do... we'll do a good silage harvest. I mean, this one here, I'm not fully decided on yet. We might do silage bales. We might end up doing square silage bales, because we're going to have a square baler. I've already decided which square baler we're going to use. That's the one that we're going to eat. Went round the next corner as well. Okay, that one is doing really, really well. I'm absolutely delighted with that. It must have just been the first corner. It was struggling to get round or something. I'm not quite sure why, but it did, and now we don't need to worry about it. So hopefully that one will be able to carry on just fine. This one here, I want to change this one to normal AI, and I'm just going to press H. It's going to unfold. It's going to get started. It's going to move forward. As soon as it's ready. Nope, it's just going to stop right there. But I think that is actually working. So if I get the John Deere now, this is the difficult bit, is getting it lined up. We might actually need to do a couple of passes across the end of the field so that we can get turned round, because this is the really tricky bit, is I'm going to have to come right down this bank in order to be able to get this to work. And if I bring that up round, come in tight, probably do the front weight on this tractor actually. In order to get this to sort of work a little bit more realistically, I think that we could really do the front weight. So if I bring that one up, I'm actually going to need to move out a bit now so that we can keep the sugarcane going into the tray. Actually, that's working quite nicely. Are we going to need a front weight? I mean, there's a lot of weight going onto the back of the tractor, so my instinct is saying go with the front weight, but, you know, maybe we can run without it. We might be able to survive without this. We'll see. That one's still going. He's gone around another corner as well. I'm getting really impressed with that sugarcane harvester over there. That's doing really, really well. Okay, and this one here, right, if I set the speed limiter, if I set that one down there to 10 and have it running at exactly 10k up across the field, because the harvester itself runs at 10k as well, and we have sugarcane being harvested. Now, the only issue we've got is that one up there is going to try to go right the way across, and I really don't want it to. That is the only problem that we've got. So if I can bring that one out, I'll turn it round, and hopefully we can do a couple more. This does turn quite sharp because it's on tracks. When you turn it, it's kind of like driving the Challenger. It's kind of like driving, you know, the tracked Challenger. It's very much like driving that one. It tries to spin round on the spot an awful lot as you're driving along. But anyway, you can let that one go there. That will be is blocked by an object. The AI vehicle extension absolutely does not like other vehicles anywhere nearby. So if you've got another vehicle anywhere nearby with the AI vehicle extension, he will stop and he will completely give up. But as soon as we've moved out the way, we've just moved a little bit, it's absolutely fine. It's going to carry right on without any problems. Right, because I've lowered the speed of that one, I need to go manually. So we'll bring that one on round. I'm actually going to bring that right up round here. Now it's starting to struggle. There's a lot of weight in there, and I really think that this John Deere is going to struggle to do all of this, because it's not actually that powerful a tractor that we've got here. So it might be better if we were to go and get another tractor. I mean, maybe the Stara would be better. Hang on a sec. Let's just take a quick look a second and see how powerful this one is. This is the one that I've got, isn't it? Owned items. Yep. So we've got a 150 there. And oh no, we got two 180s. Both of them are on 180s. They're 180 horsepower, those are. And then the John Deere over here, that one there is 209. Okay, so this one's actually more powerful. It's a more powerful tractor. It just doesn't really want to work very well, or it's just slow anyway. We do need to check. We do need to take that trailer, and we'll need to empty that one out. So once we get down to the end of the row here, We're going to do that, and I want to get a front weight. I tell you what, I could actually do it with this John Deere rather than doing anything different. If I just stop the John Deere right here a second, and if I jump out, because I can also pick up a front weight for it down there while I'm there, so I can move that one forward a bit, leap out of here and bring this one. If I just press H there a second, I'll back that up a bit, jump out, unhitch. It is a little bit of a nuisance. We're going to have to keep jumping out and unhitching and running around like this, but I still think we can do this. If I get a front weight on this tractor, I think it's going to help it grip a little bit better, because there's a lot of weight going onto the back of the tractor for this. If it was just towing this trailer here, I would say that it probably wouldn't need the front weight, but it's not just this one, is it? It's the, you know, if I do that, I can increase our speed there a little bit. There we go, that's better. Yeah, as it's not just this trailer we're pulling, it's also the sugarcane trailers. It's definitely going to be better for us if we use the, if we get a front weight one here, because that weight pushing down on the back of the tractor is making the front steering very, very light, and we're going to be glad, I think, of the four-wheel drive as well. Now then, are we still tipping on the left side with this one? I'm not actually sure. We'll soon find out. Yes, we are. And so we'll let that unhitch. We'll let that tip out right there, and then I've got two front weights in there. I want the bigger one. Lower that down again. I'll tell you what, while that's lowering down, if I unhitch it a second, we can run in here while that sort of finishes what it's doing. We can grab this front weight, then we can go back to the trailer, and we can head back up to the field. We grab that one there, and come over, get you. Oh, we've actually got an IC. It's not that. What button do I press for this? Oh, R. I see. There we go. That is fantastic. I could get in and out, and then I press. Do I press R again? Oh no, this from inside. I enable the IC. There we go. Now, if I enable the IC, I close the door after. I love the fact that it's got little John Deere symbols for the IC. That is just brilliant. That is such a wonderful little touch. It's only a minor detail, but it is really cool. I really like that. And is there any more up there? No, there isn't. It's you just pull the sunlight back. Let's be fair. If this is me driving this tractor, there is no way that I would have that sunlight pulled back. Okay, I have orange hair, which means that I have very pale and pasty skin, and I burn for a pastime, okay? All I have to do is I have to go outside and I think about... Well, I don't even need to go outside. I can just stay inside on a hot day and think about the sunshine, and I instantly turn that colour there. That bright, luminous red. Or almost luminous red. Yeah, I do it. That's how badly I burn. I burn almost instantly. If it's a really sunny day, I will burn instantly. Now, I live in the UK, and the UK is not known for many, many hours of sunshine, but if I was to go outside in January, and I was to be doing a little bit of work outside, and so take off my jumper because it was getting hot, and just be in a t-shirt, my arms would get sunburnt in the middle of January. Yes. In the middle of winter, I would still get sunburnt. That's how easily I get sunburnt. In the middle of winter, I get sunburnt. Okay? This is a source of great amusement to my wife. She finds it absolutely hilarious, the fact that I get sunburnt so easily, because she has some Spanish blood in her, and as a result, she does not burn. Ever. Not for anything. She just does not burn at all. She just turns a very nice shade of brown. And... yeah, and me on the other hand, I'm either very pale and pasty or I'm bright pink. It's one or the other. There are no in-betweens. I'm either pale and pasty or I'm bright pink. It doesn't really matter which one is which. Neither one of them is particularly great. So there you have it. I don't like sunshine, so I can really appreciate this map that I'm playing on here, mainly because I would never physically be able to work on a place like this in real life if I actually had to go outside. It wouldn't work well for me. It would not end well at all. Just come back over here and hitch that one on. There we go. Pull forward so we can let this one carry on again, and that one is going to go on with that field there, and then we can go back here to this John Deere, and we can... No, let's not go anywhere just yet. Let's come back in, and we want to hitch that trailer on there. Oh, I'll tell you what, I just want to set that back down to 10k. It's a shame, I think there is actually a mod that you can get. You can set a few speeds, so you just press a couple of different buttons. Might actually get that mod. It'd be really useful, especially for doing this, well, at least for doing this particular job. Now, as we are running alongside this one, if I go up here, I can have it running into the rear trailer, just for a minute. Now, is that harvester going to get round the corner again? It might not. There was a little bit sticking out somewhere on one of them. Seems to be working. No, it's actually doing it. It's getting round those corners every time at the moment. And that pleases me immensely. That really does. I'm really delighted that it's actually working properly there. And now this is going to be the difficult bit for us, is being able to turn around here without jackknifing these trailers. Because obviously if you turn too tight, you end up catching the trailer on the lugs on the wheels. And you really don't want to do that. That is it's particularly bad for the wheels, because if you get it wrong, or you do it too sharp, you can end up really damaging the wheels to the point where you've got to buy new wheels. And I have seen wheels destroyed like that before now, and it's not good. Nobody's pleased about that. The person that owns them ends up screaming and yelling at you, and you know, the person that's done it ends up feeling a bit bad, as long as they weren't screamed at too much. You know, that sort of thing. Generally, it's to be avoided. So we do need to... Whoa. And go down there. Right, see, the way that arm swings out and you don't have very much adjustment on it, it's not brilliant. It's not, but generally it's pretty good. It's just the way that it's set on one particular point on the trailer. So if you move in a little bit or you move forward a bit, it swings out, and so the trailer ends up being in the wrong position. That's why we ended up nearly knocking it over just then. If we can fill the back trailer first now, we've got some weight in the front trailer, so that's pushing down. Because we've now got that weight on the front trailer, that's pushing down on the tractor and helping us to grip. So we can now fill this back trailer without putting too much weight onto that front one, which is not going to lift the tractor. And then ultimately we should be all okay for carrying this on. The tractor shouldn't be lifting up into the air, and the sugarcane trailers shouldn't be doing anything unusual, so we can fill the back trailer and then let it come forward to fill the front trailer. Because that's if you were doing this in real life, that's the order that you would do it. You'd put some in the front trailer, then you would fill the back trailer. I mean, well, to be fair, I think in real life you wouldn't try and do two trailers at once. I'm not sure about that though. I really am not 100% certain on that one, because like I said, I've never done sugarcane harvesting, so I'm not really certain how it's supposed to run. But I would guess you wouldn't fill the front trailer completely before you've done the back trailer, because if you're sitting in the front there, let me show you. I can sort of see. I mean, I think really I got too much in the front trailer to be able to see very well. But that's the theory behind it, is you can see reasonably well through the front trailer to see the back trailer, so you'd be able to do two at once. But I don't actually think you would run two of these at the same time. I think what you would do is for road work, you go into the field with your two trailers, and then you unhitch one of them and you go round with the other trailer and you fill it with sugarcane, and then you swap the trailers over and you fill the next one with sugarcane, and then you can join the two together to run them up the road to wherever it is that they need to go to be emptied out. So that's how I think it works. I could be completely wrong on this. Now, where is the... Oh, he has stopped this time. We're going to need to go up there a second and just correct that. Go to you. Right, why have you stopped? Oh, I see. Gone a little bit confused, a little bit confuddled. But generally speaking, you're still doing all right. And swap over, press B just to start you up. There you go. I think you'll be okay. If we can take you into that point there and press H, I think you'll be all right. You can carry on there. We'll stay up here with this one just a moment, because I want to see what it's going to do on this corner. Hopefully it won't now go across the road over there. It has been doing that. I'm kind of hoping it's going to choose to refrain from that this time round, though. And it will, in fact, go the way that we want it to. Which way are you going to go? Please don't go all the way across. Really? Look, that's not the field that I want you to work on. I want you to stay working on this field right here. So let me just spin you round. And we can send you back up through here again. Going to about there, I think. And go. Right, we should have done another couple of passes before we come back to it again. Or before that one gets back round up here again. Maybe this next time it will actually be able to do it properly. So let's jump back down here to this one. And we can start here. We're a little bit too far away from the harvester there, I think. So this one, we didn't put any fertilizer on the field, did we? And that is going to make a difference to the yield. We're not going to be getting anywhere near as much yield as if we had gone and put fertilizer over everything. So we didn't plow it either. So what I'm thinking is, after we've done this harvest, we're not going to sell all the sugarcane. We've got a load. We're stockpiling a load down there, and we'll keep some of that sugarcane, and we can either replant this field with sugarcane, or we can go and plant one of the other ones. I'm actually thinking it would be better if we were to plant one of the other ones, purely because of the whole issue that we seem to be having here with being able to turn on the headland of this one. I suppose I could have just done another couple of passes on the field. That would have been an equally sensible way of doing it. If I'd done like a couple of passes across the end of the headland before I started working on the field. So we can redo this one with sugarcane. You don't actually need to do anything at all. We could just leave this, spread it with a bit of fertilizer, and then leave it, and it would just grow on its own. However, I would like to get the ploughing bonus on this field, and I'd like to do full 3 fertilizers on it as well, and then get it planted. So I think actually it had 1 fertilizer when we planted it. So we will plant it, and that will put in 1 lot of fertilizer. We'll plough it. We'll use the deep cultivators, and so we get the plough bonus on it, and then we need to do 2 more lots before it's fully grown. So I think that once we've cultivated it, we'll plant, and that will add some fertilizer in. And then once we've done that bit, we can then go and next bit would be once it's come up to the first stage. Once it comes to the first stage, we'll run over it with our Stara sprayer down the bottom. We got that nice new sprayer down there. We'll make good use of that one, and we'll do 1 load over it with that. And then we can see whether we do another load with that, or if we go and get some fertilizer. Actually, we can do both. We can do both. With that Stara, that gives you the option for either solid fertilizer or liquid fertilizer. So we'll use it for doing both. We will do solid and we'll do liquid fertilizer over the whole lot. I'm just going to bring this one forward a bit so that we can do the back trailer on this. This should actually, we're on 83% now, so another pass or 2 up and down this field, and we'll be almost done with filling these 2 trailers. The other one there is almost ready to empty out as well. That does actually look like the back trailer is now completely full. If I go there, bring that to the front trailer, and that is going to be it for us. We can, I'll say that's going to be it. We'll get the truck up here with both the trailers on, and we can park that one. I think we'll stick that one on the road on the bottom. I think that would be the most realistic place to put it. I mean, I suppose actually we could bring it down through the field, so then it's literally just got to pull away. It's just got to pull forward to pull away, and that would keep it running fairly smoothly. So we'll fill this trailer. We'll let this one turn round, and we'll finish filling this trailer completely. When it's done that, then I can unhitch that other trailer over there, and I can move that one down, and I can empty it out. So there's that one done. Now if I swing, while that one turns, I can swing this one over this way and bring it back round. We are going to have to go down over the slope a little bit. So I think next time we will do a few passes across the bottom end here first, before we start sort of working the field properly, and that will get us a more realistic approach. What I don't like with the hired help is the way that it does that little bit at the start when it's turning on the headland. It sort of goes into it quite crooked. I'd like it to address it slightly straighter. It's slightly more head on. I think would be better. It'd certainly make it look a little bit more realistic. I'm going to move the tractor out a little bit, because in a moment it's going to start trying to slide up underneath there. And 40,000 will be full. There we go. Exactly 40,000. So we've got 2 trailerfuls, Excellent. And I'm going to bring these over here. It's a little bit further. I think there is about right. So it is struggling. It's struggling to pull these trailers. I think we'll just do it with one trailer. We actually only need to do one trailer after this point. There's my timer going off. So I'm just going to jump out a second, and I'm going to unhitch those. Then I'm going to just whiz this one down here a second, and we'll unhitch that other trailer as well. Go back down here. We can get this trailer. I'll tell you what, I'm going to go and do that in a second. I'm going to get this trailer unhitched, and I'm going to... There we go. Get the truck up here so that everything is all ready and we can start emptying out our sugarcane. I'm just bringing our truck up through. Somebody did actually say in the comment section that they considered anything with a long bonnet on it like this one to be a truck, and anything with a flat, so cab over engine, more typical of Europe, that configuration to be a lorry. And that is how they differentiate between the two. I think that's actually a really good idea. So yeah, I'll probably adopt that. So we'll just call anything with a bonnet on it like this as a truck, and anything that's cab over will be a lorry. And that way I get to use both, and everybody should be happy. So we're going to bring our truck here with the sugarcane trailers on the back right up here. I'm going to keep it in fairly tight to the sugarcane trailers here. And we stop like that. We should just be able to get both of them to empty straight out into it. Actually, I better just switch that one off. This one's going to park here for now. So shut you off a second. And then we come dancing around here and leap into the John Deere. Now, these here are absolutely brilliant. I really like these trailers. So you lift them up like this. You pull the mouse down. You just press and hold the mouse button. You pull it down to do that. And then you move it sideways to the left to tip up the trailer like that, and it tips straight in. And it's absolutely brilliant. If you've got an where it accepts the tip, so sort of like that. I know that the visual is going out over the edge, but the game does actually tip everything into the trailer because it accepts. And it also does the same with the sugarcane planters. So even though you've got the sugarcane planters quite narrow, if you're tipping into the sugarcane planter using one of these, it will all go into the sugarcane planter. You won't have loads of it spilling all over the ground, which is, again, it's absolutely brilliant. It's one of those wonderful little attention to detail things that you get so often with this game. There's lots of little things like that, I find, and it's one of the things that I particularly like about Farming Simulator. There's so many little tiny details like that just end up making the game just that little bit better, in my opinion. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm actually going to bring the trailer here, and I'm going to drop the second trailer right here. Just going to drop it right there, and I'm going to just use one trailer. So I think that would actually be a lot easier to manage with this John Deere than trying to use two. He's gone through again. Seriously, every time. You don't need to do this. You really, really don't. Right? I would prefer it if you didn't. Now, I realise that you are just, here looking for work, but that's no excuse. And I realise that this is actually just one field, so it may be a little bit confusing for you. But if you want to keep your job, then start doing what you've been told. Please. Right, let's set that one going down through there. And that should be okay. All right, we'll let that one carry on there, and then we can come whizzing down here. You know what? Let's just do it like this. Nope, that way. Is it that way? I can't remember. There we go. Let's try that. And now we've just got one trailer on here, and it should be a little bit easier. But we have run out of time. So my weekly question for this week is, which field would you like me to buy? Would you like me to buy field 29, that huge, great big one just over there? Or would you like me to buy both fields 13 and 15, which are just the other side of those buildings over there, the other side of our ranch over that way? Either option will add up to about $950,000, and that will sort of complete our farm. So it's your vote, it's your game. Head in the comment section down below, let us know which one you want and why, and of course don't forget to actually cast your vote in the top right hand corner. Now, just before I go, there are a couple of things that I would like to ask you, and this is sort of in regards to how we're going to play the game for a lot of this series. So there's a few different questions. I'm just very, very quickly run through them as fast as I can. Which loader do you think you'd like me to use? I'm going to be looking at suggestions this week and see what people say. So this is your chance to really influence the rest of this series. We're going to get a loader vehicle. At the moment, we've got a tractor and a loader. We do have some crops that we can sell, so we will be able to get into money to get whichever one we want. Now, we can either get the JCB wheel loader right here. Now, I particularly like this one, so this time I'm kind of hoping that you go for the JCB wheel loader. I do really love this one. However, there is also a telehandler. Now, Manitou we've used, but that is also an option. We could use the Manitou there, or we could use this little Merlot right here. I've driven Merlot before, and I always found this to be one of the best telehandlers there was. The visibility on a Merlot I've always thought was a lot better than any other telehandler that I drove. Sort of, you know, the same vehicles, the same power, the same design for the same jobs. I found the Merlot to be the best of the options. So, yeah, do you want me to use a telehandler, that Merlot right there? Do you want me to use the Manitou? I think we have used the Manitou previously. Or do you want me to use the JCB wheel loader? So get into the comment section and give me your views on those. And also, one other thing. Do you want me in this series to use the Slow B pack again, which is this pack here? Now, we used this towards the end of the Goldcrest Valley series. And it was quite good. It was very, very detailed. So we could find somewhere and set all of this up. And then it can just we can just do a little bit to it, right? Because I did spend three episodes just working on this in that series. And people got a little bit bored with it. But I figured that if we could do this at the beginning of a series, we could just kind of do a little bit to it every now and then. Just like a quarter of an episode or a half an episode here and there, maybe once a week, where we go and get a bit of milk and we get some honey and so on. Because we've got cows and we've got milk, so we can put those in, and I can get the placeable milk sale trigger and put that in, get it all installed so that we could use this. And we'd also use it in conjunction with the sawmill as well. So what do you think of me using those items there? We'd set them up on one of the fields, I think. Possibly, we would set that up down here on field 14. I'll just very quickly show you field 14, because it's quite small and it's quite level. You've got a lot of level area here. It's a very small field as well. It's not perfectly level, but it's level enough that we could set all of it up here, and I don't think it would be out of the way. It's not unusual to keep bees in a country like this. It's nice and warm. It would be perfect for the job. So what do you think? Is that something you'd like to see or not? Do you think you'd prefer not to see using either of those? I want to hear your opinions either way. So there's those two there. Give me your thoughts. Give me your opinions. How would you like me to run things? This is your chance to kind of influence how we do some of the stuff for the rest of this series. So if you enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give me a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. But until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.